Good evening. We would like to welcome you to this very special edition of Octopus Radio. Tonight we bring you Andrew Fleming of Brother Trucker. Before we get started, we would like to remind you, if you're listening at home or you're here at the club, Brother Trucker will take the stage at about 8:30 tonight. We highly encourage you to come down as they celebrate the release of their new record, BT5. The show costs $7, which is a bargain for what you're going to see. Andrew, thank you for joining us.
Thanks. There was an angel on my shoulder on the day I got released, who said, although you walk a free man, your heart still knows sin. That is a condition of the corrected state of live. Just keeping things straight today. It's a condition of my parole, I gotta get a GED. They don't let you smoke down at the center, but the bus right there is free. I don't talk to no one talks to me. Just keeping things straight today. Maybe I just go out walking. Better I stay in my bed. Oh, memories just keep on talking to my head. Waiting for my bus in a cold and drizzling rain. This fella said he was a veteran as he asked a suit for change. And I watched as he ignored him like the street ignored the rain. As it collects beneath the drains. There's a sign outside my window when it says vacancy. As I sit beside my building, I know this means me. 'Cause I don't talk to no one talks to me. Just keeping things straight today. Maybe I just go out walking. Better I stay in my bed. Oh, memories just keep on talking to my head. Thank you. Thanks.
Andrew, we'd like to thank you for coming. And if you didn't hear this before, listeners, again, Brother Trucker is playing tonight. We hope the show starts about 8:30, $7 to get in, and you will have the opportunity to purchase their new record, Brother Trucker 5. BT5, excuse me.
That's cool. Thanks.
Okay, I've got some questions for you. He asked not to hear these in advance, so we'll see how he does.
Gotta go flat on my feet.
He knows that radio is amateur, so here we go.
Me too.
We are really excited about the release of your new record. Can you share with us about making the record and the recording process? Who would you like to thank? What should we know before we spin it?
Wow, that it took forever, but that just seems to be the way it kind of goes these days. We did the drum tracks in Iowa City with John Svek to kind of make it convenient for our super great drummer Jim Viner to get his stuff done. And then we finished everything up in Urbandale at this place called Red 7 Studios with a guy named Kevin Neal, who is just a fantastic producer. He's got the greatest gear and really great vibe, and we just had a really good time doing this one. It was low stress, and because we didn't really set a time on ourselves to have everything done, we just kind of did it as it happened.
And I've sent you lots of messages about the sound of this record, so I've had it digitally. I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on a physical copy tonight.
Right on.
But the sound of it is truly incredible.
Kevin Neal, Red 7 Studios, Urbandale. He's a great dude.
It's incredible.
Thank you.
I have spent many evenings here enjoying Brother Trucker, and a treat for me is the opportunity to sit and talk with you about music. You have a pretty deep knowledge of music.
Likewise, man.
What do you listen to? What were you listening to when you were making this record? What inspired you to make these great songs?
Thank you. This album specifically, there were a couple of albums that were kind of sonically the things that I held up strong. Steve Earle album, Transcendental Blues, really had this just great sound that was just rock. It twinkled, and then from twinkled, I don't know why I said, but it had that sound in it. And Fitzpatrick, the guy that I founded the band with, Mike Fitzpatrick, the guy I've known since I was 6 years old, he and I have this real affinity for this Neil Young record, Reactor, and we really wanted to get some Reactor-like feeling on it and some guitar sound that sounded like Reactor to us. So that was kind of like the two that we kind of like put up there, I think.
I think that you need to be a guest host on Octopus Radio. What you've just said would be great additions. So come up sometime and we'll put you right on air.
Yeah, done.
We'll kick Dave off, actually.
I want to hang with Dave. That'd be even better.
What do you love about coming to Cedar Falls and playing right here on this stage at the Octopus?
Oh, man, that's a great question. The history, for one, being an Iowa artist and playing the roots thing that we do, the street and the ghost of the spirit of Stebbs and a guy named Bo Ramsey and Al Shares and the Backsliders, that kind of like was the ultimate band. Brother Trucker, 20 years, going on more than, we're on our second decade. We want to be a great bar band and to be able to, our first bar that we played in Cedar Falls was mainly Lou's.
Yeah.
And it was just, that was kind of our first out of town experience. It kind of like we fell in love with like rock and roll and playing in a live band and leaving town and going to a city and then coming to this city and meeting the folks that we've met here it's just been a really great fit for us.
You have a huge following here in Cedar Falls. Yeah, we agree. We loved look forward
so
to
mutual. Yeah.
every show you play here.
But the people just dig music here. It's not just Trucker. Whenever other bands come into town, it's just like, what about Cedar Falls? It's like, yeah, right?
Yeah, we agree.
Yep.
We agree.
Yep.
Okay, I'd like you to talk about your bandmates for a minute. This is one of my favorite questions that I like to ask people.
Yeah.
I don't think they're here yet, so you can say whatever you want.
No way are they here yet.
Do they have nicknames, or if you're a hashtag guy, how would you describe them?
Wow, that they're all so much smarter than me. It's been like really easy for me to kind of like coast on these guys because they've been cool enough to dig the songs I write and like bring their attention to it. Jim Viner, the drummer, that I don't know how we still have him, that we got him to play with us because he's played in so many great bands from Head Candy all the way back. A band I used to go see when I was living in Davenport. I'd go to Uncle Roscoe's Polo Club and hang out and watch Head Candy and Tripmaster Monkey. Yeah. And but to have him in my band now is the most ridiculous thing to me sometimes. We always make sure we help him load his gear out and in. And anybody that's in a band knows that that's what you do for a good drummer. Yeah. And he's a great drummer. L.K. Hogue was the guy that Lyle Kevin Hogue, our bass player, was the guy that was playing in like really a real music scene in Minneapolis when he decided to join up with Trucker way back when, and kind of legitimized us, I think, because he's just so good. Yeah. And then Fitzpatrick is my brother. I've been with him forever. And I can't forget Matt Jessen, our keyboard player. He's the kid in our band. I think of him, he's as young as my niece, but he's like, sure. He's like 15 years, 12 years younger than us, and we've been corrupting him now for a good 7 years, 10 years.
So you've mentioned Fitzpatrick a couple of times, and I think you guys go way back to the streets of Davenport.
Right.
We've had this conversation. For sure. Were you classmates?
Classmates, yes. The story is still do as the night progresses, and if I were to drink more, my eye all shut because I got a lazy eye. Second grade, I have Mrs. Lambert. We're going to be playing in Davenport tomorrow, and I think her daughter, Julie, will be at our show. Mike and I were in Mrs. Lambert's class, and I show up with a patch on my eye, and Mike came over to me in front of the school. I still remember this. We were locked out and we couldn't get in. We were all lined up outside, and he said, "Hey, are you a pirate?" And I was like, yes, I am. And I think at some point shortly thereafter, we had a number of clubs, and then we were a band before we could play instruments, and we've just honestly been like best friends since we were 6 years old.
That's a great story, actually. Thank you.
Weird deal.
Yeah. Who knew, being a pirate, right?
Right. Arr, yeah.
Okay, so last question.
Yeah.
If you could book one band to take on tour with you, who would you choose and why?
Wow. I can say it and then not even like blink, the Twins.
All right.
Yeah, man. There's been this like relationship I've had with Joel. I would say that we're brothers from other mothers, but we're like, I don't know, man, that guy he's inspired me, and I've apparently inspired him just through our friendship. He's told me that. I'm not bragging, but he's that whole band has just been, if I could, I'd go anywhere, anytime with those guys. And yeah, that would be a dream to be able to go on like a series of shows with the Twins. They're my favorite band.
That is fantastic. Actually, and I think Joel Sires is listening, and I'm going to tell him, Joel, I did not pay Andrew to say
Joel,
that.
I love Joel. I love you, Joel.
Yes. Thank you very much. Listeners, we want to remind you, once again, Brother Trucker taking the stage at about 8:30 tonight. We're going to have Andrew play a couple more songs, and then we'll go out. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking the time to come up a little early and join us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you, Cedar Falls, and thank you, Octopus, and Lyle Hogue, our bass player, is also known as quality control for the band, and whenever I have a new song, he will be like, "No, we're not playing that tonight," and "No, we're not going to play that anytime soon." So I'm going to play a brand new song that I might screw up because Lyle's not here, and he would tell me, "No, it's not the third set, and there's not enough less people in the crowd." All right. So it goes. Grandma stumbled drunk into the living room. Baby's mama said tonight it's all right. You're not gonna get a lick of trouble from me. The natty light has got me feeling alright. And the nurses with the lights and the instrument cards got a chuckle on the third shift that night. There's a bride and a groom in the very next room with some light punctuals to the right. So raise them up if you're from the west side. There's a lot of people that'll say it's the best side. And don't you even get me going on the east side with their east side nights and their east side pride. And I'm always feeling home on the north side, but tonight I just wanna go. I wanna go to south side, south side, south side, south side. Baby dad is with the crew in the parking lot. He's got a sack and a 12er of beer. He said you didn't kick in for the beer or the pot, where you can hang but you can't hang here. And before she stumbles off like someone who's lost, he shouts her pet name out loud and clear on the hood of his ride till security came by and said, "What you two think you're doing here?" So where's them up if you're from the west side? A lot of people that'll say it's the best side. Don't you even get me going on the east side with their east side nights and their east side pride. And I'm always feeling home on the north side, but tonight I just wanna go. side, south side, south side, south side, south side, south side. The town St. Mary's down, it's a parking lot, an acre of dust now, it hurts a lot. They tore St. Mary's down, just like us, just like us. Raise 'em up if you're from the west side. There's a lot of people that say it's the best side. And don't you even get me going on the east side, with their east side nights and their east side pride. I'm always feeling home on the north side, but tonight I just wanna go. I wanna go to south side, south side, south side. I wanna go to south side, south side, south side, south side. Thank you. One more. You bet. Any time that I get to play and get an audience to hear what I can say, I'll say thanks to a guy named David Zolo out of Iowa City, Iowa. He was a guy that kind of helped me out when I first started playing music. He's still playing music out there. I always play this song with a lot of love and respect for my buddy David Zolo, so this is his song, Parnell. They said never hold nine. They said never hold my head up high. They said never hold that time in my hand. So they said they was right. They said pills and liquor would not raise me. Such a shame to see a young man die. They said my emotions was the distance between 2 points. So they said they was right. If I make it back to Parnell, I ain't ever coming back here. When my jeans was tossed just like a whiskey across the bar, and the whole place smells like my fear. To go west, both legs running, find myself some new happiness. But my dreams were scattered, husky in the field, giving up on life, I guess I'd ask. If I make it back to Parnell, I ain't ever come back here. When my dreams was tossed just like a whiskey across the bar, and the whole place smells like my face. So baby, if you see me walking back home all alone in the moonlight, then you'll know things got the best of me. So they said they was right. If I make it back to Parnell, I ain't never come back here. When my Jeans toast just like the whiskey across the bar, and the whole place smells like my fear.
Andrew, we would like to thank you for joining us here on this very special mini edition of Octopus Radio.
Thank you.
It is absolutely our pleasure. We are, and once again, reminding you, you have time to get to the Brother Trucker Show, and we will celebrate the release of BT5. The show is $7 and happens at about 8:30. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Yep.